Hello YouTube, my name is Plazookas, and today's video is going to be on a topic that I know most of you have heard about. Age-restricted content. I push back. I have tried to suggest that Tectone should have age-restricted content. I'm even going to now have to decide that decision. But guess what? YouTube does not make it fucking easy, and here is why. If you look here under their policies, under this bolded letter here, it says, if this video is meant to be an ad, don't use this type of age restriction. It will result in ads being permanently disapproved. You all know that YouTube, previous to some legislation, and I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was passed, YouTube had to change the way they advertised, the way they targeted young kids. And that lost them a lot of money. That lost content creators a lot of money. That resulted in the ad apocalypse in many ways, okay? If you think that YouTube is not culpable in this reality, in this world, in this ecosystem, to where they're targeting young kids younger than 18, okay? And it doesn't matter what age at that rate, because once you basically say, yeah, everybody's allowed on my platform. Don't age restrict, because if you do, guess what? The most important audience, the young, influential, manipulative audience, can't see it. Which is fine, I guess, in this capitalistic America, because when I was a kid, I used to watch commercials, right? And yes, they're probably bad. They branded me. They made me loyal to certain brands. And like, there was vulgarity, there was HBO, there was Skinamax, there was all these things that I watched as a kid, sure. It's not any different than now with the internet being accessible to all these people. And yes, YouTube is just a small portion of the depravity that exists online with Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, social media apps. And yet, they decentivize this. They don't want adults watching people's content because adults are, you know, too smart. They're not going to buy the product anyway. They're just going to ignore it. They're going to skip the ads. But young kids, influential kids. And what do these content creators do on these videos? They swear. They talk about sexual innuendos. They talk about all the graphic fucking shit. And I just made a 4-part series on Moist Critical. You know, I've talked about Asmongold. I've talked about Tectone. I've talked about all these fucking people on Twitch. Okay, same thing on Twitch about restricting access to adults and stuff like that. I'm not sure if it has the same monetization issues or restrictions, but I'm sure it does, because these fucking companies want to target children. They can't. Okay, they can to some degree. They can't in some degree. They're going to do as much as they can to do it. And they're going to basically say, hey, don't do this, because if you do it, you know, we're not going to give you any money. And you're just going to do it for free, because we only want to target the impressionable. I think there needs to be a renewed interest in this debate. It is not just content creators. It's YouTube that needs to actually fix some of their problems and crack down. Do not let people sign into YouTube without actually verifying their age. Okay? Don't have it so that you can just watch YouTube videos. Make sure that you're signed in, right? So you can verify some information instead of just everybody logging in willy-nilly and just be able to watch content. And the only reason you couldn't is if it's age restricted, then you can't even access it because you'd have to sign in. That's the barrier. And they'll be like, well, it doesn't really matter because they're going to say they're 18 anyway. And they're not. They're just going to make fake accounts anyway. Well, that's another step. That's another barrier. And if we're not even willing to do that, then what the fuck are we talking about? What kind of standard are we setting? And all these other people that are exposing other people and saying that they're better than anybody else, they're not. They're not. XQC, Kanai Sinat, whoever does the fucking Drama Fire, Moist Critical, Asmongold, me, whoever else. It don't fucking matter. We ain't no better. Have some fucking standards. YouTube, have some fucking standards and say you want to protect children. Do it. We need it because Dr. Disrespect, Cody Ko, or whatever the fuck his name is, and now Ava, and guess what? The list is going to go on and 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 on. And although you can't prevent it, and although as a content creator you can't deter it, Okay? We can do better in both how we act online and the systems that we have in place to prevent this.